Good morning, YouTube. How are we doing this morning? So I wanted to go over some things, and some of it is, it's pretty much all about the squelch of freedom of speech in this country. And I'll elaborate more on what I mean on that. We all know about the YouTube ad revenue issue. I last week lost literally 50% of my ad revenue, and then I woke up this morning and I lost another 50%. So I'm down to about a quarter of where I was at prior to all this happening. Now, all this stems from the media fighting against YouTube and kind of eating itself in a way. The media and these large channels, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, all the large channels, they know that their time is limited because people can go on to YouTube and get their news and information from a variety of different sources that are more honest. And what I mean by that is that they, will tell you, I have my own opinions, and this story might be bent this way or that way. They don't try and say, oh, they're fair, all while blatantly not being fair to both sides of the issue. So there's that fight. And what has happened is YouTube is now deemed anything Second Amendment related as not safe for advertising. Now, last time I checked, the Second Amendment was in the Constitution. The Second Amendment was a civil right guaranteed to us in this country. And if I had said that you don't have the right to say this, that, or the other, everybody would be up in arms. Now, I'm not saying that YouTube doesn't have a right to censor. They are a private company. They have the right to show and censor whatever they would like. My issue is that it has become okay. It has become okay in this country and acceptable to squash free speech that we don't agree with. It used to be that a company, if they squashed free speech in any direction, would have a backlash from both directions, because free speech was such an important cornerstone of our country. And now we see that it is being squashed on many different levels. Look at Berkeley. Berkeley, the protesters have made it so horrible that a school that already doesn't like conservative viewpoints now has almost no option but to squash it, because for fear of violent and extreme protests. Not even protests, rioting. Let's be honest, let's call it what it is, rioting. And then that kind of leads me to my next point, is now you have Bill O'Reilly. Now, I'm not going to talk about whether I like the guy or dislike the guy. That's not what this is about. Really, it is not what this is about. He has held the #1 cable news show for 20 years. Okay? For 20 years. That means people like him. Now, that doesn't seem to matter. Doesn't seem to matter whether a show is liked or not. If the advertisers are so beholden to the far left groups that they will kowtow to them versus advertising on the #1 cable show, period. Now, the circumstances behind it and what that looks like, yes, are not the best. But what I'm saying is that there hasn't been any strong evidence of wrongdoing that has come forward. The New York Times, I think it was, released that the between O'Reilly and Fox News, they had, paid out $13 million in claims of sexual harassment. Now, okay, when you've got the #1 cable news show, regardless of who you are, you're bound to have people that are going to want to take advantage of that. Now, like I said, I have not personally seen any strong evidence that would conclude me to believe that all of this is conclusive. Now, I'm not a big Bill O'Reilly guy. The guy just seems like an a-hole. But the bottom line here is that we've created an atmosphere that is so absolutely petrified of the left and the extreme left that they will kowtow to anything they are told. Period. They will absolutely, it does not matter if the left doesn't like it, they will shut you down and they will shut you up. And do I think that it is coincidence that this is coming out now when O'Reilly has shown his support for Donald Trump because they've known each other for years? Absolutely not. This information, from what I've read, this stuff has happened for years, but it's just now coming out. Curious. So, that brings me to my next point. Do we have free speech in this country? If you say anything that is not in the groupthink, whether it be about climate control, whether it be about abortion, whether it be about healthcare for all, anything like that. You say anything that the groupthink, which is now the left, doesn't like, they will destroy you. They will ruin your life. They will remove your ability to earn a living. So, even though it's written in the Constitution that I can't go to jail for my First Amendment rights, do we still have free speech in this country? Do we really still have the freedom of expression in this country? Because in some ways I would rather go to jail than lose everything I have. And they know that they probably could not win a court case. So what they do is they bully and scare the advertisers and the people around them into bowing to their demands. And so even though we have freedom of speech written in the Constitution as the First Amendment, do we really still have the freedom of speech? Or is it just now a cover for those people who want to kill it, get rid of views that they disagree with? So anyway, guys, I want you to think about that. I'd like to know what your comments are, and you know, what your thoughts are on this. Please leave comments. If you like this video, like it. If you really like this video, please share it. And if you like these types of videos, please subscribe. I appreciate all of your views, and thank you for watching.